Hey guys, couple of minutes late. My fault. My fault. So as y'all come in, make sure y'all hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Making sure your notification bell is on with the option all. And people who are subscribed to the channel, make sure that your notification bell is on option all. Also, make sure you come over on your own time when you come on to YouTube to see if there's any updates. Now, this didn't come to a surprise to me about Sheeba and her nervous breakdown for two reasons. I'm gonna get directly into it so I don't have to do any timestamps, so people don't have to wait for the information to be, um, shared. We all saw a few times prior to Nature Boy getting locked up. Sheba appeared to be confused, and Nature Boy had yelled at her on live multiple times because she was crying. Now, I don't know exactly what she was crying over, but I definitely know it was an identity crisis going on with Sheba. Then, when I was hearing recently, Sheba was bullying Wizzy and bullying Trey963 and putting hands, being ordered to put hands on the girls when they needed to be disciplined. It started to make sense to me that what people appear to be is not always so. And it's the quiet ones that you got to watch, because I honestly thought that Sheba was quiet, very timid, and would not probably listen to the orders of Nature Boy ordering her to put hands on people. I think that she would be too scared to do it. But little did we know she was over there contributing to the physical and mental abuse that they were doing to each other the time that they were over in carbonation. Now, what pissed me off yesterday, and I really feel like this is going to be a deal breaker for Trey963. I have nothing against Wizzy, and I have nothing against Trey963. Matter of fact, I have a lot of respect for Trey9, because she is speaking up about any questions people want to know about what happened behind closed doors, so that she can go on with her life, and also so that history doesn't repeat itself. But the deal breaker for me is, if Trey is now a host and she has Wizzy alongside of her, if the big screen is not for Wizzy, maybe Wizzy should separate when Trey goes live. Trey is trying to tell as many people as possible what happened over the incarnation, and she is even willing to go to court to testify against Nature Boy. She has said that in the past. She continues to say that is what she would do, because she doesn't feel as though Nature Boy should be let out. And respectfully, if any of these allegations that are on Nature Boy at the present time are true, then he does need to be rehabilitated. But what I didn't like that Wizzy did last night, Trey had brought up the situation with Sheba having a nervous breakdown. Now, apparently, Wizzy was there to witness it. And Trey was asking Wizzy to explain the story of the breakdown with Sheba. And I already knew, I just got this gut feeling that Wizzy was going to flake off like she did. She got herself up out the seat, even though she started gassing the conversation up. Then she must have got maybe some sort of anxiety, and she had got up. She was taking too long coming back to the camera. Long and behold, I had figured it out. I said, yeah, Wizzy flaked off. She said, I'm not gonna talk about what happened to Sheba. I don't know if it's because she felt bad about talking about what she encountered, what she witnessed, or she may have been having panic or anxiety attacks from the PTSD from what she endured over the incarnation. I don't know what it is. Or sometimes people just act strangely. They're not comfortable talking in front of the camera, or knowing that there's, people watching them. I don't know what it is. But I feel as though if Wizzy is trying to spread awareness of the dangers of being a part of these kind of tribes. Yesterday would have been the time for her to share what she had seen Sheeba go through. And Trey at the time didn't even know herself that Wizzy wasn't going to come back to the camera to explain the nervous breakdown that Sheba had. And I thought that that was like real distasteful. So I just hope that going forward, if Wizzy's in one of her little weird states, I hope that she just stays off the camera and let Trey do her thing. We don't want these people to start getting attacked because people are thinking that they're playing mind games, giving people to run around thinking that, okay, we're going to tune in today and tell you all what you want to know, or all the questions that you have for us. We're going to answer them transparently. You have to keep Wizzy out of the equation if she's not going to come to the forefront with what happened over there in Carbonation. Simple as that. I can respect if I don't see Wizzy and she's playing, the role of your girlfriend in the background, and Trey is handling her business, which is spreading awareness. I can respect that. But what Wizzy did last night, and a lot of people were waiting for her to come back, was to tell what exactly did happen to Sheeba. We all too often don't hear about Sheeba and all of the ones that are not the more popular Carbonation members, not knowing that all of them get a turn to catching it from Nature Boy at one time or another. And for Sheeba to have a nervous breakdown, Nature Boy must have been really working his demonic magic on her. And it's really sad. Trey was talking about how you would be surprised how many of them at that time wanted to leave, but they were scared. They were talking about trying to play Trey and Wizzy against each other. A few people in the comments were like, how could you be with Wizzy and she turned against you? But I had said this before, and a lot of people in my comment section were saying the same thing. Oh, Wizzy, oh, she's now with Trey 9. I thought she said she didn't like her. Oh, Wizzy was lying. It's not even about Wizzy was lying. It was a survival tactic that Wizzy had to put on for the camera and in front of Nature Boy, because she could have been bullied and beaten up, punished in some sort of way, and she didn't want to be subjected to that. We didn't know that Wizzy until recently. For me, the last couple of days, now that they've been on social media talking about Carbonation, um, I never knew that Wizzy was subjected to physical abuse as well. And I would have never knew, because watching her in the camera when she was being recorded, I thought Nature Boy kind of was giving her mercy. But no, she was not above Life's classroom. She was catching it too. They all was catching it. And I'm hoping, but I know that he's not, because Nature Boy went live today from jail, and every 20 minutes when the phone would hang up, he was calling back. I'm hoping that Nature Boy is sitting with himself and realizing that what he has done to these people is demonic, and it wasn't right. You did that for your own selfish pleasures, and now you are paying the price for mentally and physically violating these adults. And I don't think that Nature Boy wants to take the blame for it. He wants to blame everyone else except for the role he played. Nature Boy was the one that was in control. So I'm just not understanding how it's not his fault, but everybody that was in the circle, it was their fault. That's how it appears. Nature Boy is not trying to take the blame for anything that has happened. And I think that is really unfortunate that he doesn't want to take the blame for it. And no one's buying it but him. If the court systems, the legal system was buying what he was selling, Nature Boy would be free right now, or at least on a bracelet and on house arrest. They don't think that he is somebody that they can trust in society, he is a danger to himself and others. And he is displayed, because you know everything's recorded, when he did that cell block honoring Nature Boy thing, and they were bowing to him and praising him prior to him putting himself in PC for getting jumped and allegedly cut in the hand. I'm quite sure they're documenting all that. So Nature Boy's pretty much, to me, digging his own hole deeper than what it already is. You know, so I'm hoping today. I've been looking out for Trey and Wizzy. I will record and do commentary and maybe a second live on what exactly happened to Sheeba. Like I said, it's very much so believable. I did see her have two breakdowns where she was emotional and broke into tears. Nature Boy was screaming and yelling at her and recording it. And the poor girl couldn't even get her thoughts together. And you know, so if you've been following Nature Boy, we actually have seen her have nervous breakdowns. Hi Iris, how are you? First one in the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And you know, but I'm quite sure they were far worse when they were off camera, because Nature Boy could do anything he wanted. We thought that everything we saw him do before was anything that he wanted, but no, behind closed doors, we're starting to all learn, well, at least I am, from what I'm hearing from people coming forth. It was a lot worse. Hold on, guys. Right now it is up in the air. Is uh Sheeba rocking with Nature Boy, or did she meet back up with Solar? I mean, not Solar, True. And are they taking care of Baby Ja? That is one of my concerns right now. Um, I haven't seen Sheba do a download in about a week and a half, but it's not like she does many downloads anyways. That's just once in a while she's a fill-in. No one's pretty much interested in listening to anything Sheba has to say anyways. You know, only one I feel bad for, even if Sheba did have a nervous breakdown, is for Jaumi. I feel as though if they didn't threaten to take Jaumi, Sheba would have stayed over there, not even worrying about the concerns of her child. So I don't really have respect for women that put a man before their child. Says Nature Nut still has a mental hold over Wizzy. They have been in communication since the start of Melon. Yep, you're right, Libby. You're right, because it just was so weird. I kind of was pissed. If I could have came through, and I know, Lord forgive me, because I don't know what Wizzy's going through, but I can tell now that she's been going on social media with Trey Nine, she's got some issues. I can see why she went over to Carbonation. She like withdraw from that conversation so quick. She was on board for a hot little second, and then something snapped in her, and she just got up. She acted like she had something to do, and just never came back to the camera. Even even Trade 963, I'll just keep calling. I'll call her Trey. Even Trey was thinking she was gonna come back to the camera. She just after 3 minutes, I knew that Wizzy wasn't coming back to the camera. I knew Wizzy wasn't going to sit down and explain what she was what she had saw the day in questioning when Sheeba had a nervous breakdown. I knew she wasn't going to come back to the camera. It was almost like she had like a panic attack and just ran off. Like, no, I can't tell these people that. I don't know what it was, but I was kind of pissed off, because it's like, don't start something that you can't finish. And that's pretty much what Wizzy did. She opened her mouth and agreed with Trey Nine that yeah, Sheba had a breakdown. And then she just flaked off, and it just, to me, was cornball and stuff. So I just feel like if you ain't gonna be part of the solution, then move move out the way, move out the way. No, so let me stop. But yeah, Trey9, I have a lot of respect for. She's seems to be real transparent. She seems not to care what anyone has to say about what she is spilling the tea on. And I hope that people continue to ask questions so that they don't, not only carbonation might be the end of that, but there are other tribes similar or even worse that they're just not stupid enough to record or put their business out there what they're doing behind closed doors. But I'm quite sure there's other cults just like Nature Boys, just as worse, but they don't put it online because why? They don't want to end up where Nature Boy ended up. And where did Nature Boy end up? Nature Boy ended up in jail and he can't even get out on a bail. So that's not the smartest thing to do, is to record you mistreating people and thinking you're going to get away with it. It's not going to happen. And because of many of years, decades of how we see cults and these kind of communities form, and usually what the ending outcome of all of this is what? People's lives are ended. Look at the people who drank the Kool-Aid. Look at how many people that I mean young and old lost their lives listening to a disturbed man. So, you got to be really mindful, and you got to, if you know information about these kind of communities, we don't need these kind of communities, around, because our kids are our future. Our nephews, our nieces, if you don't have any kids, or you might have friends that have kids that you love and you want to see them prosper. And we need to get this knowledge out here, because the reason why I feel as though cults even uh, um, came about is because they're people that are looking for the answer in somebody else to handle. Instead of them handling their own issues, they're putting their lives in the hand of man, and man always lets us down. Hey, Jasmine Kelly, how are you, sweetie? As y'all come in, make sure y'all hit that like button. Oh yeah, it's not that bad actually, the likes. Yeah, hit the like button as y'all come in so we can get people into this chat. I hope y'all got the notifications, because I did schedule this live hours ago, but like I said, YouTube notification is broken half the time, so you never know what you're gonna get. Life's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. So yeah, I've been looking out to see if I could see throughout today if Wizzy and Trey was gonna be on live, but I think that they like to go on live later hours. But I'm definitely gonna be on standby to record what they're gonna share about Sheeba. Like I'm gonna say again, I'm quite sure there's no surprise. We just seen Malia and Velvet have meltdowns. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he wants to do, is have you have a meltdown. That's when he knows he has full control, when he can make you um have a nervous breakdown. And it's really sad. That's a sick dude. And I don't know what exactly Nature Boy went through in his childhood, but I heard that he was adopted, by middle class family, and he didn't live this hood life like he, says. But I don't know what Nature Boy has been through or what is in this man's head to be so sick and demented to do people the way he does them. But he's in a hurt place. That's a hurt dude. And for him to be still getting up on these social media platforms and he's playing like he's a victim, like people crossed him and left him for dead, stole money from him. And that's how you know he's in denial. Anytime you fix your mouth to say someone stole money, that rightfully wasn't yours. So you mean to tell me if I come over there, let's just say hypothetically speaking, I'm not talking about me, I'm just saying in general. If somebody comes over with an SSDI check and it's a $2,000 check monthly that they get, if they decide to leave, they not steal, if they take their money back, you're gonna tell the public they left and took the money. Yeah, they left and took the money, but it's their money. Why is everything yours, especially when it comes to money? When you don't work a job, you rely on the victims of who comes over to your camp to live the lifestyle that you live. And in return, you would think because of the fact that they're giving their worldly possessions over to you, you would at least treat them better. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all. It's like they give. And this is how I notice in life hurt people are. You can give to these people, and it's still not enough. They still want to hurt you. They're still not satisfied. They'll still try to find fault in everything. And at the end of the day, it's never their fault. It's always the other parties. I honestly think that this was a fetish, a turn on to mistreat these people. But if that is a fetish and a turn on to mistreat these people the way Nature Boy did, then that's a sick individual. But if you ask Nature Boy, would you want someone to do that to your child, your daughter? He would make it make sense. He would make it make sense. This is how much he doesn't see any fault and wrong in anything that he's doing. And that's why they are keeping him locked up. I know there's some supporters saying, oh, he's being wrongfully convicted or wrongfully put in jail. No, Nature Boy has been doing a lot for many a years and has destroyed a lot of people for many a years. And they were watching him and he knew it. And he continued down this road to self-destruction, throwing it in local authorities' faces, the FBI. He knew they were looking at him. He was subliminally getting on lives, even saying, I know the FBI are looking for me, telling us what the FBI said to him when they would come by and do little wellness checks. They were trying to build a case all along. Now, if he's supposed to be the leader of this whole situation, why don't you have sense enough to know that you need to fall back? Why are you still doing foolishness? What makes you? Oh, I forgot, because he thought he was God. Okay, because I think that sometimes when people are as sick as Nature Boy is, I think what people like to do is they like to fake it till they make it. And sometimes stuff that they lie about, they don't even believe it at first. But if you lie all the time consistently, some of these narcissists could probably pass a lie detector test because they start to believe their own lies. And I honestly believe Nature Boy thought he was God. And even though he knew, anybody with sense, anyone with common sense, if the FBI was looking at me, I would fall back. Did Nature Boy do that? No. I started thinking he was working for the government because I said that's the only entity I know that would be able to get away with doing what Nature Boy did, was somebody that's working for the government. That's the only person I would know that would be able to get away with what they got away with. It says the black girl therapist. Hey, how are you, sweetie? So I hope y'all seen that video that I put out with Trey 9 and she was sitting there talking briefly on a live about some of the stuff that went on with Carbonation. I really think that everything has an expiration date, like it's coming to an expiration date with all this reporting on Nature Boy and Carbonation. Um, of course, there's new events that are going on because he has currently started going live just about every day from prison, and he's got the girls on the Big O platform, you know, trying to make an income stream, probably to still try and get legal fees up, and also to be able to take care of themselves because True's, military check is gone. So is True. And, they also have to support Nature Boy while he's in jail until I guess this alleged Netflix thing comes through. You said, nah, he didn't believe that. Yeah, it's just I don't know what Nature Boy believes and what he don't, but I'll tell you one thing. All of the stuff that he has done when he was free, he might never tell the outside world. But he's gotta be, excuse me, I had a yawn. He's gotta be kicking himself. He's gotta be saying, man, it is more to life than what I just did to myself. That man messed his whole life up. I mean, he's not a spring chicken. And to be quite honest with you, he's 40 years old. Come on now. You ain't going on 20, bro. You pushing going to 50. And if somebody gives you even 20 years, that's like a life sentence. You won't be getting out to senior citizen age. So I hope all of what he has done to these people and everything that he recorded that turned him on, I hope it was well worth whatever he was getting out of it, because I believe that Atlanta, Georgia, the state of Atlanta, Georgia, is about to smoke him. And when I say smoke him, I'm talking about they about to do him in. You watch. They're not playing with him. He went to the wrong state with that foolishness. He should have kept that right over there in Puerto Rico. One thing True did say, oh God, we got some spammers in here. One thing True did say that was true. He said he believes if Nature Boy didn't go to jail, nobody would have left. And it's funny because I'm wondering, is he including himself as well? That if Nature Boy never went to jail, nobody would have left. I believe that he is including himself, Solar is. Honestly speaking. Yep, we got him, Poetic. How are you, Poetic the dancer? I believe that as well. I was kind of shocked when Solar said that. But see, let me tell you where I think the maturity and the cockiness is going away and the maturity setting in, the rationalization that we can't be playing with this. This is people's lives that were affected. Um he let a few people rock him to sleep. Everybody wanted to interview with them, and everyone was trying to be his friend. But see, people are in your life for a reason or a season. And once he's seen where people stood with him on social media and where they were trying to direct him, which they wasn't on his team, they just was trying to get as much information to be the first one to spill the tea, and build their following off the heartache and pain that these people had to endure. I think that not True, Solar got to a place where he said, I can't play with this because I was a part of this mess. I was a part of being mistreated and my manhood being tried. I can't sit up there and buy into this social media and trying to drag this along without getting to what really happened over there in Carbonation. I can't keep playing with the audience like this no more. Because, see, people is a thing called a conscience. And I really think that his conscience started to make him see things a different way. Because Solar's not speaking the same way he was speaking before. He was speaking in circles. Now he's being direct. And he's coming to the forefront and he's speaking what he should have said when he started talking about things that were going on over there in Carbonation. He shouldn't have took us for this long ride to get to where he's at now. But you know what? Better late than never. He's speaking up now. He's not beating around the bush. And he's telling us exactly why Nature Boy's in jail. And he's being real about it. He is telling people when he goes on platforms, Nature Boy is guilty of all charges that are against him. He's nothing about him innocent. Everything that has been brought against him, Nature Boy is guilty for him. So it doesn't matter what he's telling the public. Those are the charges, and Nature Boy's hands are not clean like he's trying to make them out to be. But see, to Nature Boy, he probably looks at it like, who cares if my hands are not clean? I got people like Keyz. He's my manager now. He's going to make sure I eat regardless. It doesn't matter if my hands are not clean. So, like I said, we're going to see how this plays out. It's not looking good for Nature Boy. He wants to speak this fake knowledge all of a sudden when we know 2 months prior to him getting arrested by the SWAT, he wasn't talking about no knowledge. If he was talking about the knowledge, he would be free. He was doing everything but talking about the knowledge. And where he dropped the ball at was when he had that Caucasian brother over there that we don't hear from now. They're not going to allow you to have any of theirs over there and they get hurt on their watch. You do what you want with yours, but they weren't going to allow for that one to get hurt on their watch. And that I think that even though it was a setup, it was something Nature Boy dropped the ball and he set himself up by allowing that Caucasian dude to come over there in the first place. When you feel a certain way about Caucasians, what made you have him come over to that camp? It says it's very scary how many people still follow that man. Yeah, they do. And if he got out today, they would be running over there. And that's even more scarier because even with all the evidence that has come out, that's even new evidence that have shocked us, wowed us. Like, really? This dude was doing that too? People will still, if he was to get out today, want to be over there. Nah, they all still talking in circles and not really telling everything. They give snippets because they don't want to implicate themselves. You're right about that, Libby, because let me tell you something. I don't know if you guys was listening. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play my commentary video, and if you're gonna hear some of what I took out. I try to take the fluff out, but you'll also hear the whole commentary video that I did today. If you heard it already, oh, that's great. If you didn't, you're gonna hear it now. So let me pull it up because Trey 9, she said something that was very interesting. It was something that was probably on her mind for a minute. And between the audience and it being on her mind, it just made it that. Hold on one second. It made it that much easier for her to speak on it. Hey, Logos. How are you, sweetie? So I'm going to share it. Yes, this is the commentary video I did today. So I'm about to share it. And y'all give me your thoughts in the comment section. Hold on. going live today at 3:50 Eastern Standard Time. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do so. Making sure that notification bell is on with the option all, so you will receive the notification. Also at 5:30, there's another premiere video you don't want to miss. I'll show it to you after this commentary live is over. But if you guys missed it, usually you can watch the whole live, the premieres, like right now, because you're on live. So just check out what I had to say, and also check out what 𝗪𝗏𝗪 had to say as well. When YouTube decides to give them out. And also the people who are subscribed to the channel, make sure that your notification bell is on so you can get your notifications as well. So yesterday, 𝗪𝗏𝗪963, she is now a host. So she got on there. I know she's going to talk a lot about what happened over in Catrbonnation, and that'll probably win the audience over and help her build, her fan base and all that. She's, what I call a little transparent with her, ish. And she's telling what happened over at Catrbonnation. She's not holding anything back. I don't know what's up with Wizzy. I'm starting to see another side of her, and it's not a bad side. But I don't know if this new platform is going to be fit for her. She seems to be a little bit shy and reserved. And the reason why I say that is I feel like don't start nothing you can't finish. They were talking about Sheeba having a nervous breakdown over in Catrbonnation. And I'll discuss that more briefly in the 3:50 live today. But I feel as though 𝗪𝗏𝗪963 had mentioned it, and Wizzy, intervened, and then all of a sudden she flakes off and walks off. And
yeah, she flaked off big time.
But you could clearly tell she wasn't really trying to talk about that nervous breakdown that Sheeba had. I don't know what made her withdraw from the conversation, but I just feel as though if you don't feel comfortable, Wizzy, talking about Catrbonnation, and Trey does, let Trey do her own thing. Let her shine. You know what I'm saying? Tell the story, so history doesn't repeat itself.
Breakdown. Tell about the breakdown with Sheeba. Hey, everyone, that's up. Hey, what happened to Sheeba breakdown? What happened to Sheeba breakdown? Sorry. Hey, she gonna be right back, y'all, to tell y'all Sheeba breakdown. Yep, she gonna tell y'all Sheba's breakdown, y'all. This shit crazy. Motherfuckers was over there having breakdowns, confused about their life.
And also to bring awareness that there are other tribes alongside nature boys that are just alike, and you don't want to fall short and get involved in these communities and go through what these Catrbonnation men and women have went through. But Trey was talking about Juju and her thoughts and the possibility of why Juju is still hanging around. Maybe Nature Boy has something on him. Perhaps, Nature Boy also had sexual relations with Juju. And he's probably afraid that maybe that will get out. Juju was there, according to 𝗪𝗏𝗪963, around the time Nature Boy was talking about. Make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's just say his bodily fluids and gaining the knowledge by, suggesting maybe they should want to put it in their smoothies and so forth. And a lot of them that were there, that were men in particular, you didn't see none of them run then. And we don't know behind closed doors how far Nature Boy took the knowledge and what these men did to believe in what he was talking about and to gain the knowledge. I mean, just yesterday morning, Solar was talking about how this is affecting his life, what he thinks people are gonna view him that might go on social media and hear about him being in this cult, and what he was recorded and is floating around social media, what they'll think of him.
Zoca, did Nature Boy ever make them do things so that they couldn't ever snitch on each other to dirty their hands? Yes, Zoca. Yes, Zoca. That's exactly what's going on, bro. And it's like, how Juju acting like he done did close doors. Because it's like, why you still, this nigga done converted to Muslim, all type of vouching for this man. So what happened? You feel me? Like, is you good, sir? You know, I'm not sure what's going on but it's like, only reason I can think that of Juju still supporting is if he's scared, he gonna get some shit released on his ass. I don't know. I'm just like, what the hell? Behind the scenes, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Appreciate you. Behind the scenes, y'all don't understand. Like, they was really having breakdowns, but Alihio would tell them that it's just their mind getting to them, and to keep the knowledge, only think positive thoughts. Just to revert them away from seeing the truth by using the knowledge. And so that's why people would honestly be staying there so long, because they're just being manipulated and brainwashed from left to right.
So, you know, Juju could be trying to keep good faith with Natureboy, afraid that he might expose him, because Natureboy has that characteristic about himself that misery likes company and hurt people, and he has on a few occasions on subliminals or just flat out put people under the bus. He's thrown a lot of people under the bus, and he's done it knowing that it was going to bring heat to these people. In some cases, it was going to destroy their lives. I mean, look at what he did to Velvet with the revenge, P. And look at what he did to NEYTIRI, pinned it on Twitter, and it was up there for quite some time until the local authorities said took action, and now that's one of the reasons why he's in jail now, being charged on that. But,
Miracle Stacks, I think Natureboy tapped Juju. Probably did. Thought he said he tweaking. Cause I ain't gonna lie, you never know, man. You never know, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I think it was around the time they was talking about sperm in some movies. And I'm like, I know Juju not finna still stay over there for that. I know he.
But yeah. So it's gonna be really interesting. I'm gonna definitely update you with 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛, what she had to say. I like the fact that she is blunt on what she observed and what was going on and how it was. She ain't sugarcoating nothing. You know what I'm saying? She has a masculine energy about her. I think she has more of a masculine energy about her than the Carbonation members who were born men, because they even was hesitant to just directly come out and say things that were happening behind closed doors. With Trey 963 is not afraid to answer any questions.
I know he finna wake up at that point, but nah, he was still over there. So I'm like, y'all don't question that. You feel me? Like, but yeah, he was still over there even after I heard about him talking about telling the camp that it was good, his sperm was good to drink because he got all this knowledge, and that put it in the smoothies and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they can intake the knowledge that way.
So again, I just hope that if Wizzy is, got that. Thank you, sis. Mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super sticker. You just made my day. Oh. Carbonation flu, where she's sick still, and she's not trying to heal by talking about it, because that's, to me, the only way you can get on with your life is if you let it out and let it go and then move on. And I think that is what 𝗪𝗛𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛 is doing. She's trying to heal by letting out things that she wasn't so proud of, or things that she accepted or allowed to happen in her life, so that she can move on. Do I think she's going to stay stuck on talking about carbonation? Absolutely not. I think that there's going to be an expiration date for her on her new host page talking about carbonation, and then she's going to move on. But right now she's going to answer all the questions that she was not able to answer on other platforms after she left carbonation, because she didn't have the viewership. And now she does. She'll probably grow even faster than she would on. I think Wizzy is afraid too, Logos. I think she is too. Hey, Genty. Hey, sis. I think she is too. She is like, she kind of sort of is kind of being real hesitant. She literally got up and never came back to that live. And even Trey thought she was gonna come back, but then she figured out Wizzy ain't getting back on here to talk about what happened to Sheeba
on any other platform. Where she's at right now, and she'll be able to tell her story so that history doesn't repeat itself. People get educated on what can perhaps happen in these tribes. There are a lot of tribes that operate just like Nature Boy operated his community, and they're still going on as we speak, and it could be even worse. We're just not being exposed to it to talk about it as channel holders, to bring the information to you. But Nature Boy recorded ultimately all of his criminal behavior, so that's why we were able to see, like, or get a glimpse of perhaps what was happening behind closed doors, and also to visualize that it probably was even worse when the cameras went off. And this is why he's in jail now, because there were things that did happen behind the scene, and there were people that came.
Yeah, I think Wizzy is scared. Yeah, she definitely flaked off yesterday. It kind of pissed me off, but like I said, you have to be in people's shoes. And, unless you know what people are feeling inside, it's kind of hard to judge. So, I was pissed, but you get over it. You know what I'm saying? But I did get from the body language, she got up, and for when she didn't come back, that it was self-explanatory that she was not trying to involve herself into talking about that. I'm quite all she didn't even have to Wizzy didn't even have to say anything about Sheba's nervous breakdown, because by her getting up and never coming back to the camera to explain what happened for Sheeba to have a nervous breakdown, I only could imagine what Wizzy saw that was probably so sad to see. And think about it. When Sheeba had this alleged breakdown behind closed doors that we didn't see, she has a child that's over there. And even though he's probably at the age when that happened, he won't remember it. Just the thought of knowing that Jaumi was there. Nature Boy has messed those people up so bad. Jaumi don't even call Sheeba mommy or mother. He calls her by her name. It's just, I hope that a lot of stuff that Jaumi was doing over there, I hope that she's reprogramming him for the good. One being that I'm not Sheeba. That's what mommy's name is. I'm mommy. I'm your mother. That's what you call me by, not by my first name. So I hope that she's doing that. She's reprogramming that little boy so that he can be down the right path, because it's a really messed up situation that little boy had to be subjected to. And I really truly feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for Sheeba. She's grown. She did this to herself. But I don't feel as though it's right that Jaumi had to be subjected to it. Not at all. I don't think that but he also had a father that wasn't being a man. He was scared of Nature Boy. So instead of him putting his foot down, he allowed Nature Boy to control the whole narrative. And this is what happens when you let people control the whole narrative. But listen, I was gonna stay on here I was gonna stay on here. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was gonna stay on here for about an hour and 30 minutes, but I can't. Hours long enough for me, right? Because she could not take care of him. Just Nature Boy, his father, took care of him, right, Genty? So it's a sad situation. So yeah, I want to get on here. I want to get on a little bit earlier and stay until close to 4. But I like to kick it with my community, but I can't stay on no live for no hours at a time. I get my little talk on with my community and say what I got to say, and I keep it moving. So tomorrow I'll most likely do a live. Hopefully I'll be able to update you on what actually went down with Sheeba and update you part 2. Hopefully Wizzy's up to, talking about it. If not, we can't force people to do something they don't want to do. If she feels uncomfortable, it's respected. So make sure on the way out, y'all, hit the like button. Also, make sure your notification bell's on with the option all. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. And you also make sure that the notification bell is on with the option all, so you get these notifications from YouTube. Also, don't rely on YouTube to send out the notifications. You need to come over when you're on YouTube and check out to see if there's any updates on your own, and do not wait for the notifications, because half the time you can wait for the notifications and you might be behind a week's worth of content that's on my channel. So y'all stay blessed, and I'm out. It takes time to talk about being hurt. Yeah, it does. It does. And I agree. Hello, Gemini. So I see people are creeping on in here, but I'm going to get off. I did go a little bit earlier. Like I said, I was planning on staying on a little bit longer, but I said what I had to say. So I will talk with you guys tomorrow. Thank y'all for tuning in with me. Y'all stay blessed, and I love y'all. I'm out.